What's good, everybody on YouTube? This is your boy Akil McLeod back with another video, and today I'm about to share some of the last few trips to Ross. Just put it together in one video because now that the Ross is closed in my area, I can't check out Ross and see if I can find any good stuff. So I decided to just put a good compilation together for you guys since we're all at home quarantining. So hopefully you guys can get some inspiration, and if you guys haven't already, make sure that you try to go through some of your death piles, try to list some stuff that you have around the house that's just been laying around, because people are definitely still shopping. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, y'all, so as usual, as soon as I walked in, hit the shoe section, and I never came across these shoes before in Ross, so I might have to run the comps real quick. I know these are a pair of 270s, but I'm not sure if the value is actually there, but these are pretty dope in my opinion. They were asking 65. It's a little pricey, so we'll see. Here's a pair of Adidas pods. I've been seeing these in every single Ross, so not gonna waste any time on those. Here's another pair that I've been seeing constantly, a pair of EXPs, but this is just a different colorway. Pretty dope. If you wanted to just wear these and actually use them, pretty nice, but I don't think the value is there in terms of resale. Now, this was a surprise. I actually thought this was a pair of Air Max 90s, but this was definitely just a simple pair of Air Max. Definitely not Air Max 90s, so I'm not going to be wasting any time trying to scoop these up. And we got a pair of Air Max Moneys, navy blue with I guess you can switch out the patches on the front, but these were clearly stepped on and probably messed up and a little stained, so I'm not going to mess with these. I don't pick up Air Moneys anymore. They don't usually flip for any good profit, so I usually don't pick those up. Now, this was a nice little surprise, a pair of Nike Shox in the women's section. I usually always grab up Shox, so for 50 bucks, I might be taking a chance on these as long as they check out to be pretty nice and clean, and they seem to be pretty good, so I think I'm going to take a chance on these. These pair of Huaraches have been in this Ross forever. As you guys can see, the back tab, one is white, one is tan. I don't know if it's just faded from discoloration or what, but I'm just going to pass on those. Next, in the women's section, I found this pair of Air Force One. I believe these are the SF Air Force Ones. These were pretty dope, and they sell a decent amount of money. Not a ton of profit, but they do sell. The only problem with these in particular is the fact that it's missing the strap. So that's something tough that I usually come across anytime I'm in Ross or Marshalls. I'll always find these, but the straps are usually missing. Next up was this pair of Pharrell Williams, these Adidas Hues. Pretty nice shoe, pretty comfortable. I don't think the resale is there, especially since it's 40 bucks. I'll be lucky to sell these for 50 or 60. So passing on these, but there are definitely a few of these in Ross today, like maybe 3 or 4 I've seen all together. So if you want it for the personal, here they are, but I'm not gonna try to flip those. Here's another pair of 270s. They were asking 75 bucks for these, so definitely not gonna be taking a chance on those at all. Now, drop a comment if you guys have been picking this up. I've been seeing these like crazy on eBay and on Poshmark. They're only 20 bucks, so I'm guessing that's probably why a ton of people are picking them up. But since they're flooded, I'll pass on those. Next up, we got another pair of Huaraches. These are really dope. Nice gray kind of pink colorway, almost like that Moab colorway. But for 53 bucks, I might take a chance on these because sometimes Huaraches sell for some decent profit depending on the style and colorways, but I'm not really too sure about this one in particular. Now, this is different for me. I usually don't even check the clothing section when I go to Ross, but these denim jackets really stood out to me, and I actually like these a lot for myself. But 40 bucks, I think these were, I checked the comps on eBay and I seen these were selling for like 50, so definitely not any money to be made, but for the personal, definitely worth it. Ross and Marshalls usually does have some nice jackets. Here's another denim jacket. That one looks like it's cropped, and in this one it's kind of like several different denim prints, so they had some options in here. None of them were really selling for a ton of profit, even though the MSRP said like 110. On eBay and on Poshmark, I seen them sell for like anywhere between 50 and 60, so definitely not enough profit in there for me to be taking a chance on them. Next up, we came across a pair, I believe these are a pair of Nike Frees, but the dope thing about these is that they had like the USC Trojan colorway, so I checked the comps on these as well, and these definitely wasn't selling for much. Drop a comment if you guys have seen this in your area. I've been seeing these school-related Nike Frees and Pegasus all over the place. Here's another pair of Huaraches in this white and purple kind of vault colorway as well. These are dope, but the comps on these were pretty bad. I wasn't seeing too many high sales on that, so for 50 bucks I had to pass and leave those alone. Now this is something I'm trying to just get some more experience with, so, because I've seen that some Under Armour shoes sell better than others. I know about Project Rock, but I've been seeing some Steph Curry sell for some good profit. So they were asking 35 for these, so I'm just gonna, you know, entertain myself, see if it's worth picking these up, and check the comps really quickly. And on eBay, I've been seeing these sell for about 65, so not enough profit in there for me at least. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a good basketball shoe, but they only been selling for 65 bucks. I'm not gonna take that. Next up, I think this is that pair of Ben Simmons Blazers. These are actually pretty dope. 55 bucks. I don't know how much they're actually selling for, because I know Blazers in particular is definitely not that popular. Even the off-white Blazers don't sell for that much money, but I'll check the comps and I'll see how much these are selling for. Next up, we got a pair of Lebron Soldiers for 55 bucks. And Lebron Soldiers sometimes sell for around 100 depending on the colorway. That one in particular, I'm not too sure about. Next up, we got this pair of, I believe these are the Legacy Lows, the 312s. Definitely not worth my time. It's flooded on eBay and on Poshmark. Now, this was a very, very dope pair of Air Max 95s. Only problem, as you guys can see, is that these are really stained up, but the colorway on these are really dope. And if this was my size, I probably would have picked them up for the personal and tried to clean it. But to flip these, I don't know if I can actually clean that mesh out. So sadly, I had to pass on those. Next up, we had a pair of Nike Reacts in this triple black. I don't even think this is necessarily triple black. It's more black and gray, but Reacts are super comfortable, but it's also flooded, and the value on those are not worth picking up. Now, this is something I actually had in my cart for a while. I ended up not picking these up, so drop a comment if you think I made a mistake on these, because I did not pick these up. But these Spizikes were really nice, really clean. They did have some minor little scuffs on the front that I probably could have gotten off. But after checking the comps, it was kind of all over the place. I was seeing some sell for about 100, some for maybe 110, but they were asking 75 bucks. That's a lot of money for me. So I wanted to just, you know, I didn't take a chance on that. Here's another pair of Lebron Soldiers in that camo colorway, and these were really dope as well. They were asking 55, but I seen comps for like 70 to 75. So of course I had to pass since there was no money to be made. Here's a pair of ACGs. These were actually reduced, so that was probably a return. Even though it was 35, still not worth it. Now, this was the craziest find of the day. I don't know what made me even check under here. I think I seen the shoelace and I ended up just taking a chance and bending down and grabbing it. And it was a pair of Air Max Tuned Air Max Plus, black and yellow colorway with the logo all over the place. At 65 bucks, I know I can flip this for at least 100 plus, so I'm definitely going to be scooping those up. Next up was another pair of Air Max Pluses in this like camo and pink colorway. Really nice, kind of like a digi camo, I think is the name of these. These should also flip for 100 plus, and for 59 bucks, I'm definitely going to be taking these, because I mean it is what it is. Size 13, can't go wrong with that. And just when I thought I was on a roll in terms of finding a bunch of different Air Maxes, I looked at this one a little closer and I realized that there was a lot of discoloration on one of the shoes. Now, this usually does happen anytime I'm in Ross. This is definitely common for me. They were asking 65, but one shoe was definitely a lot more yellow than the other, so that just led me to believe that this was probably a display pair sitting on a shelf for a very long time. So unfortunately, I had to pass on these because of the discoloration. Next up was this pair of Air Max 90s, size 5, and if this was maybe a size 7 or 8 or 9, I would have took a chance on it, but it was a size 5, and size 5 in women for me have not been selling too well, so I didn't even want to waste my time. Next up, I came across this pair of some luxury sneakers, which I usually never find in Ross. Now, this brand is called Aquatalia, and I sold a few blazers from this brand, but for 100 bucks for size 8.5, I was interested. I was thinking I might have to take a chance on these, so of course wanted to just make sure that they were clean and didn't have any problems. As you guys can see, the Made in Italy stamp just kind of lets you know that these are definitely high quality. Even the leather on the inside was super plush. But after I decided to check the comps, I was seeing that this brand, even if it was brand new in box, didn't have that type of resale value. As you guys can see, somebody sold a pair for 44 bucks. So definitely just wanted to pass on those, but I was interested for sure. Now here's a pair of flight posits, and these have been sitting in Ross for a while as well. They're just too overpriced. 75 bucks for these is definitely not worth it. Especially not to flip, but for the personal, why not take a chance? I checked the kids section really quickly, and it was a pair of 270s in here for 40 bucks, but this size for kids will probably sell for like 60, so definitely wasn't worth it. Next up, I found a pair of Converses, and the funny thing is with these were actually in the women's section, and it said a men's size 5 and a women's size 7. So for me, I'll probably be better off selling these under the women's category, so I'm gonna take a chance on these, especially since it was only 25 bucks, and I think the comps were pretty good. Alright y'all, so we are back, and the first find was this pair of shoes that I wasn't able to get on camera for you guys. I think this was a completely different day, but this is a pair of Ultra Boosts in the Miami Hurricanes colorway, and this is in a men's size 7.5, so it's a kind of a small size, so it might sit for a while, but this one should sell for about 120, maybe 130. Might sell for a little less than that, especially since it is only a 7.5, so we'll see how long it takes to sell, but I'll keep you guys updated. Next up, we got a pair of Air Max Plus in this Digi Camo colorway, kind of like a green kind of khaki colorway, and it does have some pink in here as well. This in my opinion is really dope, and this was actually 59 bucks. This should also sell for that 110 to 120 mark on eBay. This is in a men's size 13, so pretty good size. Not one of the best sizes to sell. For me, I usually prefer that like 9.5, maybe a 9. Those usually do sell pretty well for me, but size 13 should do pretty well as well. And last but not least, we got this pair of Air Max Plus with the TN logo spelled all over it, and this one was pretty dope in my opinion. And like you guys seen in the video, I think somebody was actually trying to hide this one, or maybe somebody just threw it in the back of the shelf, so it was kind of in the cut. I just got lucky actually finding this pair, and for 65 bucks this one should also sell for that 120 mark, maybe 130. So we'll see how long this one takes to sell, but shoes are definitely still selling, so I'm definitely still going to be trying to find as much stuff as I can, because the thrifts in my area are still open, and even though the Ross is closed, I mean, it is what it is. I still got to make it do what it do. So if you guys are interested in these kind of videos, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
For the winner, cause you felt like you was losing, only for the winner. Move just to keep from cooling, like only for the winner, only for the winner, only for the winner. Boy, my heart is cold, and I'm too cool to sweat it. I should've never offered it. I'm tight and now I'm off this shit. You